So this video is going to focus on solving linear equations part 2, and in this particular video we're going to have a focus on linear equations that have constants on both sides, so whole numbers, or equations that have variables on both sides. So here's just a very quick recap of the very first thing we looked at the last day. We defined what an equation was. We said it was when a term or an expression is equal to some value. So for this example we had 3x equal to 9, and I told you that the letters always go on the left of the equals, the numbers always go on the right, and if you're dividing one side by a number, you must divide the other side by the same number. So to solve this one, we divided both sides by 3. And that left us with x equal to 3. And we know that that's true because we can see it from the diagram here. We divided both sides by 3 and you're left with x equal to 3. Here are the solutions to the learning check that I gave you the last day. So check your answers against mine, and we're going to move on now to linear equations where you have constants on both sides of the equals. Okay, so here we have a linear equation. We know it's an equation because it's equal to a value, which is 11. Now remember, your letters on the left, numbers on the right. So your variables on the left, your constants on the right. Well, here is a variable with a coefficient of 2, so the number in front of it is 2. That is on the correct side of the equal sign. However, my plus 3 is on the incorrect side because numbers must be on the right. So when I bring this plus 3 over, it becomes a minus 3. So we do that now. We're going to move this 3 over here and it will become a minus. So we have 2x equal to 11. We've moved it over, so it's take away 3. And we all know that 11 take away 3 is 8. So we've 2x equal to 8. Now just like before in the first video we did in linear equations 1, you just divide by the number in front of the variable, which in this case is x, in order to get what x is. So we're dividing by 2 in this case. And 2 divided by 2 will always leave you with x equal to, well, 8 divided by 2 is 4. So your final answer is x is equal to 4. So here we have another example. We've 5x, which is our coefficient on our variable, minus 4, which is our constant, equal to minus 14. So this is a linear equation, and we know it's an equation because again, it's an expression or a term that is equal to some value, which is minus 14. Now, we need to make sure that our letters are on the left and our numbers are on the right. So this is on the correct side, it's on the left. However, my minus 4 is actually on the incorrect side. It should be on the right hand side of the equals. So I need to move this minus 4 over, and subsequently it becomes a plus 4 because we've brought it over the equal sign, so it changes. So we do that now. We say, well, minus 4 brought over. So we rewrite it. We say, well, 5x is equal to minus 14 plus 4. Because remember, I've brought over the equals, so I must change its sign. Now, minus 14 plus 4 will give you minus 10. So we have 5x equal to minus 10. And just like you did in the last video, you divide by the number in front of the x to isolate x or to get x on its own. So we're dividing by 5, and because we divide 5 on one side, we must do the exact same the other side. Well, 5 divided by 5 is 1, or x, equal to, a plus divided by a minus is always a minus, so straight away we know our sign is going to be negative, and 10 divided by 5 is 2. So my final answer is x equals minus 2. So with this equation here, our variable is now changed to y, which is no problem at all, because I told you at the very start at the algebra chapter that a variable can be any letter at all. It's just more conveniently x or y. Now the same rules apply. I need to have my letters on the left and my numbers on the right. But this time around I have two variables. I have y, or 1y, and minus 3y. this minus 3y needs to be over here on the left hand side. My plus 20 is correct, it's on the correct side. So I just need to move my variable now instead of my constant. So it's exactly the same as the last two examples. I'm moving it over, I'm just happen to be going in the other direction, but I still change my sign to a plus. So I have y, it's now plus 3y equal to 20. And like we did before, we're just adding like terms. Well, y plus 3y will give you 4y. 4y equal to 20. Well, we simply divide by the number in front of the variable, in this case is 4. And because we do it to the left, we must do it to the right. And that leaves us, well, 4 divided by 4 will just give us y equal to, well, 20 divided by 4 is 5. So y in this case is 5. Okay, let's take this equation now as another example. Again, I have two variables, one on both sides of my equals. So I know straight away that this minus 2 or plus 2y must become a minus 2y over here because it's on the incorrect side. So straight away I need to rearrange my equation. So I have minus 3y, and again I'm bringing this over to this side of the equals, so it's going to become a minus 2y equal to minus 10. Okay, so minus 3 minus 2 is minus 5y equal to minus 10. And just like before, you're going to divide by the variable, by the number in front of your variable. So in this case, it's minus 5. So we're going to divide both sides by minus 5, because what you do to one, you must do to the other. And that leaves you with y equal to 2. Okay. Now we're going to introduce a thing called verify. And what you're told to do in verify is basically just test your answer. So we're going to fill out your equation, write it out again. 3y equal to minus 10 plus 2y. Okay, so you're going to test out whether or not y really is equal to 2. So you're going to substitute it in, and you already learnt this skill in the previous videos. So you're going to say, well, 3 times 2 is going to be equal to minus 10 plus 2 times 2. And that's actually a minus 3y. Okay, so 3 times 2, minus 3 times 2, we know is minus 6, equals minus 10 plus 4. Well, minus 6 does in fact equal minus 6, because minus 10 plus 4 is minus 6. So you have verified your answer and it is correct. And you will know whether you need to verify in the questions that I'm going to give you, because it's going to have a V beside the equation like this. And that V just means verify your answer. And that's all you do. So it's over to you now. Try this learn and check. And any of the equations that are marked with a V in the brackets, I want you to verify your answer for those.